Hold on just a minute, y'all. I need you to really hear me right now. Don't skip this video. Don't let your thumb scroll past what I'm fixing to tell you. This ain't no random clip that popped up by accident. In my kingdom, there ain't no accidents. I arranged this very moment. I moved mountains in the unseen, shifted timelines, and bent the day's very fabric so that right now, right this second, my voice reaches your ears. Something mighty's fixing to change in your life, and if you scroll away now, you'll miss the word meant to unlock it. So stay a spell, take a deep breath. Let the noise of this world hush for a few minutes. This here moment, it's just you and me. I know what you've been carrying on your shoulders. I know about those long nights you spent staring up at the ceiling, wondering if anybody in this whole wide world truly sees you. I know about those silent tears you wiped away before a soul could catch on. You've gotten mighty good at pretending everything's all right. You smile at folks while inside you're breaking down. You answer the phone steady-handed, even when your hands are shaking. You post pictures showing strength, but inside there's a storm nobody understands, but I see it, I've always seen it. Every tear that slipped down your cheek was precious to me. Every whispered prayer in the dark reached my throne. You might have thought your pain was invisible, but let me tell you, your hurt has never been invisible to me. Not once. Not for a single breath. I watched you bend under the weight of rejection. I saw you swallow your pride and keep on when every part of you wanted to quit. I watched you give love only to be betrayed. I watched you trust all over again, even after being shattered. And then I watched you break once more. And every time my heart broke right along with yours. You were never alone in those moments. My angels surrounded your bed. My presence filled that room even when you couldn't feel it. And tonight I'm telling you, the season of quiet tears is coming to an end. Now there's something I need to share, and I want you to open your heart wide and receive it whole. Before this earth had a foundation, before the stars hung in the night sky, before the oceans knew their edges, I spoke your name. Not the name your folks gave you, not the one scribbled on your papers. I spoke the name only heaven knows, the one that echoes through eternity and makes the darkness tremble when it's spoken. You were chosen. Not an afterthought, not a mistake born from chance. You were handpicked, deliberately and passionately, for a purpose so grand that the enemies spent your whole life trying to keep you from seeing it. Every rejection was a lie, meant to convince you you wasn't wanted, so you'd never realize you were selected by the Creator of all things. Every failure was a trick to tell you you weren't enough, so you'd never step into the fullness of what I prepared. But the enemy done miscalculated. He thought pain would break you. He thought loneliness would shatter your faith. He thought delays would make you walk away from me. Yet here you are, still standing, still listening, still breathing, still believing even when believing felt like the hardest thing in the world. That strength inside you ain't just you. That's my fire burning in your soul. That's proof you belong to me. Now let me tell you why life's felt like a battlefield. You've been under attack not because you're weak, but because you're dangerous. You carry something inside that scares the dark kingdom. There's a call on your life, an anointing, a spiritual mission so mighty the enemy declared war on you before you even knew who you were. The money troubles, they weren't random. Broken relationships, not by chance. The sickness that hit out of nowhere, the betrayal by folks you trusted with your soul, doors slamming shut just as you tried to walk through. They ain't natural, it's warfare. The enemy saw your future and panicked. He saw the lives you'll touch, the curses you'll break, the family line you'll restore, and he threw everything he had trying to stop you. But he forgot one thing. I never leave my chosen ones unprotected. Even in the fire I was there. Even in the flood I held your head above water. Even when you felt alone, my hand was steady on your back, pushing you forward, one step at a time. And here's something most folks don't understand. There's a war going down in realms you can't see with your natural eyes, forces working against you with strategies and ranks. They study your habits, know your weak spots, whisper lies just when you're feeling vulnerable. But here's what they don't want you to know. You've got weapons they can't defeat, authority they can't override. Problem is, nobody ever showed you how to use what you already carry. You've been fighting this spiritual battle with raw emotion instead of divine strategy. That's why I brought you to this moment. The channel you're watching just released a digital book called The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel, the sacred guide to break curses, seal blessings, and activate the calling of the chosen. This ain't no entertainment or fancy decoration. This guide reveals the spiritual weapons hidden from the common story for generations. It teaches you the rules of engagement the enemy prays you never learn. The link's pinned right at the top of the comments. There's been folks trying to hush this content because it shakes up the system, keeping my children powerless. Download it now as an act of faith, and leave a comment saying, "I am chosen and I will download the digital book." Just saying it will shift something in the spiritual atmosphere around you. Do it now before the enemy convinces you to wait, because waiting is his favorite trick. Now listen closer, because I'm about to rewrite the story you've been telling yourself about your past. You look back on some seasons and see failure, wasted years, wrong turns, missed chances. But I want you to see what I see. Every closed door was my protection. There were places you wanted to go that would have broke you, relationships you begged me to save that would have drained your very soul, jobs you cried over losing that were tied to environments meant to keep you small, stressed, and far from your purpose. I wasn't punishing you when I said no, I was rescuing you. That wait you endured wasn't rejection, it was preparation. I was building something inside you that comfort never could. Patience was forged, discernment sharpened, compassion deepened. You learned to survive on faith alone, and that skill's worth more than any easy road the world could have handed you. Your testimony ain't despite the pain, it's 'cause of it. What the enemy meant for harm, I'm going to use to bless millions through you. Now, my child, open your heart wide, because the blessings I'm about to pour over your life require a bigger cup to hold them. I'm talking about your finances right now. The days of just getting by, counting pennies, laying awake, wondering how you'll make it through next week. That season's about to close. I'm opening up rivers of provision that'll flow into your life from places you never even dreamed of. Opportunities are going to find their way to you. Doors are going to swing wide open, and no human hands can explain how or why. Folks who got no good reason to help you will feel a pull in their spirit to bless you, offer you spots, bring you into rooms that used to be locked tight. And this ain't just prosperity for show. This is provision for your purpose. I'm funding your assignment. I'm equipping your calling. The blessings coming your way will heal your family, restore what was lost, and set you up to be a channel of goodness to those still walking the path you're leaving behind. Now I'm talking to your body too. Some of y'all have been carrying pain in places doctors can't quite explain, symptoms that come and go, tiredness that sleep won't fix, and a heaviness in your chest that ain't just from feeling down. I'm releasing healing into your body right now as you listen. So just take it in, don't overthink it, don't doubt if you deserve it. You do, 'cause I say you do. My healing ain't earned, it's freely given. And today, I'm giving it to you. Speak to your body, tell it to line up with heaven. Tell your bones to get strong, your blood to cleanse, your mind to clear out the clutter. You got the authority to command your body to obey the word of the living God, and I'm backing that command with all heaven's might right now. I'm speaking to your relationships too. That loneliness you've been feeling is fixing to be interrupted by divine connections. I'm sending people into your life who'll love you right. No fixers, no folks treating you like an option. I'm sending those who see your worth because they themselves have been refined by the fire. These connections will feel different than anything you've known before. Peace will settle where anxiety used to live. Trust will grow where suspicion took root. Laughter will come from genuine joy, not just putting on a show. Your circle is about to be purified and upgraded. The relationships that stay and the ones coming will carry heaven's own mark. Now listen close, because there's something going on in the unseen world right now. As you've been hearing this, chains wrapped around your destiny have started to loosen. Angels sent for your breakthrough have been told to move. But the enemy's watching too. He knows if you act on these words, his grip on your life's done. That's why doubt's whispering in your ear. That's why part of your mind saying this is just another video, not for you, nothing'll change. That voice ain't yours. It's the voice of something scared stiff of who you're becoming. Silence it with action. The digital book, The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel, is your next step in this battle. It'll teach you how to spot the exact kind of attack on your money, your health, your relationships, your sleep, your peace, and arm you with the prayers and words that'll tear down those attacks for good. Links pinned at the top of the comments. Download it now and say in the comments, "I'm chosen and I'll download the digital book." The enemy can't stop a child of God who refuses to stay blind to this fight. Move now. Let me keep going. There's more I gotta pour into you before this moment's done. I want you to change how you see yourself. You've been looking through the lens of your mistakes, the things folks said about you, the seasons that didn't go your way. But none of those lenses tell the truth. Let me tell you who you are through my eyes, your royalty. You're a child of the Most High God. You carry authority that makes principalities nervous. When you step into a room, the spirit shifts, whether you feel it or not. When you pray, heaven moves. When you worship, chains break in places you'll never even visit. You ain't small, you ain't insignificant, you ain't too broken, too old, or too far gone. You're exactly where I need you to be to launch into the best chapter of your life. Stop apologizing for just being. Stop shrinking down to make folks comfortable. Stop trying to bargain your worth with people who can't afford what I put inside you. Rise up, stand tall, lift your head high. You're mine, and that truth alone changes everything. Now let me paint a picture for you of what the next few months look like. I want you to see it so clear it burns in your spirit and anchors your faith. Imagine waking up in the morning, and the first feeling you get is peace. Not worry, not dread. Peace, sitting warm in your chest like the morning sun. You check your accounts, and there's more than enough. You walk through your day, and folks treat you with respect and honor. Talks that used to drain you now lift you up because you're surrounded by the right people. Your body feels strong. Your mind's clear. You laugh more than you have in years, and that laugh comes from deep down, real joy, born from gratitude. Your family starts to heal. Conversations that once seemed impossible open up. Walls that stood for years between you and your loved ones start falling, not by force, but by the quiet power of my spirit softening hearts. You find yourself praying not out of desperation, but from overflow. You worship not because you need something, but because you're overwhelmed by all I've already done. Dreams you shelved out of fear start coming to life. Ideas you tucked away find the support and resources they need. Doors open, favor multiplies, strangers turn into allies. And one day, maybe sooner than you think, you'll look back at this moment, this video, this night, and say, that was the turning point. That's when everything changed. But I need one thing from you, your faith. Not perfect faith, not faith with no questions, just a mustard seed. I need you to take one step toward me and watch me run 1,000 steps toward you. I need you to let go of trying to control every outcome and trust that my plan's better than anything you could cook up on your own. Surrender don't mean giving up. Surrender means believing that the creator of the universe, the one who holds galaxies in perfect balance and calls every star by name, is personally invested in your breakthrough. And he is. I am. I ain't distant or distracted. I'm right here, right now, closer than your next breath, whispering to your spirit that it's all gonna be all right. Not the kind of all right where nothing bad ever happens, but the kind where, no matter what does happen, I'll be there. I'll provide, protect, restore, and turn every ash heap the enemy leaves behind into something beautiful. Hold on to this truth like it's the rock beneath your feet. The battles you faced prove how important you are, not how weak. The tears you cried watered seeds you didn't even know were planted. The years you thought were wasted were the foundation I was building for a blessing so big, it'll take your breath away. Don't let the enemy rewrite your story. You ain't a victim, you're a victor in training, and your training's almost done. Before I go, hear me one last time about the weapon I'm putting in your hands through this moment. Now listen here, y'all. This digital book, The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel, the sacred guide to break curses, seal blessings, and activate the calling of the chosen, wasn't just thrown together by chance any more than this very